What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You see the title of the video. It is going to be another It's Complicated reaction, right? Um, Honestly, I enjoy it. Like I said a million times before, this guy is amazing. The questions he's asking, very thought-provoking. We're going to do another breakdown. I'll kind of give my 2 cents here and there. Um, I haven't seen it. Again, I try to kind of save this for you guys, so bear with me if I'm a little slow to kind of process what's being said and kind of pause it, right? Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
What's the difference between simpin' and pimpin'?
That's funny. Well, I don't. It's kind of the same thing, to be honest.
Those are literally two opposite things.
Yeah.
Simping is
Right.
when you are basically the customer. Pimping
Oh, yeah.
is
That's a
when
good way.
you're
That's
the
a good way to put
supplier.
it.
Oh, it's a big ass difference between sipping and motherfucking.
This still looks like a pimp himself.
City boy!
But the other girl said it well. One's like the I guess the customer, right? And the other one would be the supplier. It's pretty good.
You know, a million questions in the world. That's the one I'm gonna get. Man, it's a big difference between simping and pimping. Simping is when you're not pimping. You understand me?
Facts.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Facts.
Okay, simping, you're just down bad. Probably about a bitch. Get over it. Get your money. That's when you're pimping.
Exactly.
Right, sipping is this.
Sipping. No, not
Taking
sipping.
a really nice sip. And what's
She
the
is
other word?
drunk.
Pipping?
Pimping.
Pimping is, I suppose, somebody who wants to fuck you and get paid for it, I guess. But they get the money and you don't, and that's pimping. So sipping,
No, not
pimping,
Are the characteristics of a gentleman?
Let's see. Somebody that takes you on an actual date, doesn't just use you for your body. That's a really good question, actually.
Is it really?
I don't know. There's not a lot of gentlemen out here, so I don't really know. But
They
Is it really
let you
complicated?
think you're right even if you're not. And they speak softly, but they know what they're talking about. And you don't see many around here, but when you do, they really stand out.
Yeah, just to be respectful. A gentleman is gonna always be respectful, whether what
yeah.
age you are, whether it's kids, whether it's an old person. You're gonna be respectful, and respect go a long way, and it comes along a lot of different lines of a lot of things. If you respect stuff, you just go about your quality of life a lot different.
What would you call the female
True.
equivalent of a gentleman?
A lady.
Wifey material.
a girl that really is there for you, a girl that takes care of you, doesn't just assume that you're going to pay for everything, do everything for them, and expect that they don't have to do anything in return for that.
Should a woman who doesn't act like a lady expect a man to act like a gentleman?
Definitely
Hell no.
not.
Hell no.
Can you define seduction?
Look at her look. Look at look at her look. She's more worried about being in the camera. I can get. Oh my god. The answers are about to be great. I'm just saying it right now. The answers are about to be great.
Yes, me.
Stop it. Get some help.
Can you define seduction?
Every time you look at me.
I didn't.
You're open with your sexuality.
I'm sorry.
You own yourself, inner self, same as outer. You love your body. You're fully 100% of who you are. You're not ashamed. You're
There's no-
loving every
There's no brains. There's just nothing there. It's like
single
Jesus
part
Christ.
of yourself. That's sexuality. You're like open book.
How does each gender approach seduction?
Oh, that's a good one too. Let's see. A lot of ladies will show off, boobs, ass, things like that. Men in their
physical.
ways, they
Right.
they talk more. Like their words kind of get ladies in that way more.
Women are more into like how they look, their body, their looks, physical. It's very important nowadays. And when it comes
It's
to
always
a
been,
man,
not just nowadays. It's been like that always. Like men are the primary consumers of female beauty, so it's not just nowadays.
it's more like kind of being the macho man, you know, like strong, protective, and
Sounds like toxic masculinity.
in a way where like they own it.
Do you think every man can master the art of seduction?
No, but I have.
I think they can, but I also think most won't because it takes work. It really does. Um, I've had to learn the hard way. It takes work.
Not every man can master it. Most of them are shy in a way where like they have it, but they won't bring it out.
Why do men have to put on an act to be the bad boy to attract women, while women have to put on an act to be sweet and submissive to get a man?
Because it's the laws of attraction. It's the
I'll wait
same
for his-
reason why a
wait for his
bird
answer.
gotta puck his chest out and make a weird ass call.
I like his answer a little bit, but I was waiting for him to go another way with it. I was just gonna say like it's very attraction is not symmetrical, right? We don't look for the same things in each other, and we know that. Like we know that, yet we believe something else, which is just
To
weird.
make the other bird like him, you got to do something different to catch the attention of the person that you want.
What's the difference between seduction and manipulation?
Nothing.
Oh.
It's the same.
Manipulation is more of kind of lying to get your way, you know what I'm saying? And then seduction is
No.
more putting yourself out there to get your way.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
the
we
same.
don't like manipulation. Mind games is not cool.
Yeah, right.
Seduction, like you could see someone cute and be like, oh damn,
Yeah,
I
right.
want them. Like how I feel about you, but I would never
Can
manipulate
these two
her.
can these two get a room? Jesus Christ, bro! Like this is off camera. But no, manipulation and seduction are like the exact same thing. I've always said, right? And I'm not gonna apologize. I've always said that your biggest weapon against a woman, like if you're trying to really get her to trust you, or develop some sort of relationship with her, there's to some degree on both sides, right? Women and men, some degree of manipulation. But your weapon as towards a woman to be able to get her to fall for you is her own imagination. So if you can paint a pretty picture or a movie where she's like the princess, you're the hero coming to save her, and kind of live that way when you're around her, she's yours, bro.
Her to be
Free
any
game.
type of way with me. Like if anybody says stop or no, like you respect them. It's a respect thing, and I feel like that's where the difference is. It comes with respect.
Are women more impressed by what a guy is willing or
Interesting.
unwilling to do in order to get sex?
Willing. Every single time. Unwilling, you can make compromises because sometimes you're just not into the same things and that's okay. But if you're willing to like do stuff and
Does
practice
she
stuff
have her
that
own channel?
try stuff that you've never tried before, you might both be into it.
Wouldn't that be
Wearing
being a simp?
contacts.
Yes,
Yeah.
but no. A simp in my mind is more like someone that literally just follows around your ass and is your servant. Girls don't want servants. They want someone who's a
No, I think that's more someone who has like submissive temperament. But a simp, there's I guess there's a bit of a spectrum.
challenge that is their own person. They know what they want and they're doing their own thing, but when they ask something nicely and they ask more than once, they just want it. They're not begging for it and they shouldn't have to beg for it if they really love that person or like that person. And my microphone went dead. Oh well, I have to charge it. But whatever. You get the point.
My microphone still works. Why do so many women go around thinking that they're queens?
First and foremost, if it ain't all-star, it ain't shit. And a lot of you females got it twisted. Look, a lot of these dudes are gassing their head up, right? And they got these females thinking that, you know, they more
Social media does. Like, go to any like Instagram post right now where there's a girl, and you'll see the amount of dudes. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. Like, I'm not gonna show the girl's picture. I don't want to put her on blast like that, but it's just all dudes. Like, just you know what I mean, gassing girls up. So it's like, I don't know.
valuable than they really are. But at the end of the day, it's plenty of fish in the sea, And it ain't no difference between you and me. So don't get it twisted.
Look, if you ain't got your own car, your own house, crib, apartment, whatever, if you can't supply for yourself, how does that make you a queen? If you need a man to take care of you, or if you don't want to spend your own...
I'm gonna say it now. Like, the only way you're gonna be a queen is if a king makes you a queen. That's the only way. The only way.
Own money for your own personal gain, how are you a queen? You feel me? That's where they got it fucked up at, man. For sure.
That way.
Why do so many women pride themselves in having their own car, their own money, their own job, when those are the expected qualities of any standard adult?
You know what? I'm gonna let you start.
Honestly, they pride themselves so much on that because they got their standards set so low. You feel me? They expectations of people wanting to take care of them, get this for them, get that for them. So when they get it for themselves, they treat it like it's a big accomplishment. It's like, you should have that already. It's regular if you're an adult. You feel me?
And let me put it this way real quick. These ladies wouldn't be so gassed up about that if a lot of you gentlemen had y'all shit intact, right? So make sure you got your shit intact so when you approach one of these females, they ain't looking you up and down like you some square off.
You know what's funny is a brief story. Like, I remember one time I was a bit younger, and I just bought one of my cars. If you guys are on my Instagram, you guys know which one I'm talking about. And I was at Target, right? And I was like driving it, whatever. I was at Target, went to inside the store, and there's this really cute girl there. And you know, I was just gonna spit some game, and I said, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, nice to meet you. I just wanted to come up to you and say, kind of present myself, whatever." I gave her my name, and then long story short, she shut it down, which is fine, right? She was just like, "No, I'm not interested. Thank you. Don't waste your time." Sweet. Got my stuff, whatever. Kept shopping. It was funny enough though is that when I was paying, I was coming out the door. She was coming out too, right? And as she's coming out, I didn't notice that she had a kid with them. And I don't date single moms, so it's just me. So I was like, oh, I fucking, dodge that one. And then it's funny because I felt like then she was kind of following me. But as I'm walking, she goes, and I get into my car first, and she looks over, and I see her because I'm putting the bags in, right? I open the door, I look back, and I see her looking. And then her kid was like, "Oh, Mom, look, that's a really nice car," and starts hyping it up, right? And I'm like smiling. So I get in and I'm like pulling out, and as I'm pulling out of the parking spot, she's still kind of loading her things, and she had like this beat up like 90s Honda, right? And I remember as I'm pulling out, I had my windows down, I was playing music, and she looked over and she was like, "Oh, hey, like, that's a really nice car. My son likes that, maybe we can go to the Buffalo Wild Wings that's like down the street sometime, if you're from the area." And I was like, "Dude, what the, like, nah, like, what is going on? Like, nah.
Street, you feel me? Have your shit intact.
And that's the thing is like you said, it's about having your stuff intact, but it's hard to obviously portray that when you're approaching people like, cold approaches in public. You're not going to leave with that and say, "I have all this stuff." So it is a little difficult, but the way you kind of let that be known is with that confidence, so it is what it is.
Gonna look at if we ain't got our own shit. Do you got your own shit?
Exactly.
You feel me? So how you gonna judge if you ain't got your own shit either? So that's be the thing, man. Stop gassing.
Because women don't date down.
Gassing their ass up,
gassing
man.
their ass up.
Sure.
That shit is lame.
Less simping, more pimping.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
Man, I would drop the mic if it was mine.
Tell me that wasn't no bar. That wasn't no bar.
Let's go.
Do you believe a king can crown himself?
No, I believe the people crown the king, and he doesn't have a choice.
If everyone was a king, why would a king be special?
Because he knows how to lead the people and lead the people fairly.
Why do women often crown themselves as a queen?
Because they know they could control a king if they find a great man, and they choose the great man. Behind every powerful king or powerful god or whoever the heck you want to think of it,
crowns
is a more
the
powerful
queen?
woman that will do anything to protect him and their future.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
She's going on some tangent. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm just gonna say right now, she's making no sense. Like because she knows where the argument is going. That very argument that she put out herself, and it's contradicting. So
Why can a king marry a woman and make her queen, but a queen can't marry a man and make him king?
That's a good question. I think it just has a lot to do with men being seen as more powerful in a way than women.
But a queen can't marry a man and make him king.
She wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure they.
She wouldn't. She wouldn't even look a broke man's way. Like, how many? Do you honestly think like you got a girl who's making all this money, super successful, that she's gonna go date some bum? Most likely, like, more likely not. Like, sure, are there exceptions where some chicks date some just straight bums for no reason? Absolutely, but that rarely happens. And if so, that thing it never works out. So
They can do that.
Where has that happened?
never.
In my mind.
Boy, if you don't get... But not in reality?
This is a problem with so many people. Oh my god, so many people that don't live in reality, bro. In my mind. Wow.
I don't know. Do we know?
I'm asking, but you
Wow.
said yes, so I'm just wondering, can you give me an example?
Alice in Wonderland.
So a fairy tale.
No, the Queen of Hearts.
A fairy tale.
No, she's really real.
Can you have a queen without a king?
Yeah,
What the-
Absolutely.
Can you give me an example?
Beyonce before Jay-Z. Kim Kardashian before Kanye. Speaking of which, Kanye's a dumbass.
What?
He should go back on his fucking drugs.
What? What? Bruh. What is this nonsense, bro? What are they spewing? This is crazy. This is wild. Hell nah. What is she talking about? Beyond, dude. Jay-Z was Jay-Z, and he would have been Jay-Z without Beyonce. That's facts. Kanye was Kanye, and he would have been Kanye without fucking Kim K. Like, what is she talking about? And then to throw dudes under the bus, like Kanye under the bus like that, and say he needs to go back on his meds, like.
What are the bigger queens,
Bro.
alpha females or gay men?
Honestly, that's a good one. I have no idea. They're both fucking good. But I think alpha females haven't made as far as the feminine sex goes, and alpha drag queens
There's no such thing as alpha female.
and gay men haven't made as literally the queen of queens.
Why do the most powerful men in other countries have multiple wives?
Because we're all hot.
You definitely gonna probably need more than one. When they act like that, you probably gonna need more than one, dog, because one gonna be hot and
He
one
knows
not
what's
gonna
up.
be hot. And
He
one
knows.
gonna be able to cook and one not gonna be able to
Easy.
cook. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So you kind of, you might, different strokes for different folks. That's what I'm saying.
What did Patrice O'Neal once say, right, in his stand-up, is for a relationship to work, you have to have, the girl has to be in love with the man while the man only likes the girl, because that's when the dynamic works, right? And I mean, I don't want to go ahead through this whole stand-up. You guys should definitely watch that, but it makes sense because when a girl, I'm gonna get some heat for this one, but when a girl doesn't know her place with you, she's more likely to acquiesce and just follow your lead to not screw that up. If she feels like she's with a really good guy and you are that guy, she'll follow lead. Like, she'll follow by all means, you know. But when she has her place secure, that's when they get comfortable, right? And as a guy, you get comfortable and you become unattractive. Like, as soon as you start working out, making as much money, looking as ambitious, with yada yada yada, women are the first ones to leave and get bored in a relationship, but they're the ones pushing for a relationship. When, you know, but the reason I say that is because if he had multiple wives, it means that he has to stay attractive to be able to attract that, to be able to maintain that. And by staying attractive means he's in shape, he's continuously working, he's making more money, he's doing all these things, right? So if that girl, or if he has multiple and she doesn't necessarily know her place, you know, with a lot, she's more likely to treat you better when her place isn't secure. You know, whether it's like in her face or not, if she knows that you have options, it's facts. It's facts. As a man, you got to be able to also walk away, even if you really like someone. I mean, I'll just say right here, right now, that to me has happened recently. Like, I don't know how many times where I've had to walk away simply because I was not going to lower my standards for anybody. Even if like this person seems perfect, but if there was just one thing that I was not going to tolerate, I'm not going to like overlook it. I'm just going to walk away, and that's cool because I'm confident enough that I know I can replace them, and I ain't got a problem with any of that.
Some people like one, some people like multiple.
Why are you more likely to see a man?
But I'll be honest, me personally, I'm a one girl type man only because just one's enough, or like one's enough.
With multiple wives than a woman with multiple husbands?
I feel like men. Okay, this isn't me being rude at all, but I feel like men are just more sexual in a way. You know what I'm saying? They need more
Facts.
than women do.
Being part Saudi Arabian, I'll tell you, I think it's to spread the family name, to continue the furtherance of business. And frankly, you know, if you could date and equally get to know multiple people at one time, and you're fearful of people embursing your money for false reasons, like, you know, marrying you for your money or your business, the best option is to have multiple girls, because at the end of the day, if somebody's going to, you know, stab you in the back or whatever it may be, then you have the option of you've already kindled with somebody else, I guess.
If men have always been in power, who
I
made the
guess.
law that men could only have one wife?
I have no idea.
Well, why would
Men.
why would a man make that
Sounds
law?
like that sounds like a woman with really good puppet strings to me.
That's a man who is, I mean, predominantly like either Christian or Catholic faith, and I mean we know that the U.S. is mostly that. Biggest population, I would say about of religion-wise would be either Christian, Catholic, especially in the U.S. So Catholicism, Christianity always, you know, they kind of go to the monogamy route because it was in the Bible. But yeah, I mean, if you're wondering why, that's kind of why.
Me.
Okay. What does that mean?
I think it's a female construct. I feel like, you know, the whole wedding ceremony, things like that, I
Yep.
think it's a women's
Mhm.
construct that we've demanded from men, because
Facts.
from the time
Yep.
we were children, we were expected with Disney
Yep.
movies to think that some
Yep.
prince is to sweep us off our feet and everything is to be perfect and there is no struggle and, you know, the birds do the dishes, and that's really not the case.
Evil world we live in.
She's spitting facts, because think about it, like when you ever just the idea of a wedding. I'll say this right now too. Hate me if you'd like. But I would say most women only want marriage for the wedding. They don't really want the marriage, the commitment, and any of that from the man. They want the wedding. It's an ego thing. It's that's why like when you ask women, like even growing up, like what did they think about? They thought about their wedding, right? They thought about the right dress and inviting people to the party and having a good time. Da, da, da. They don't dream of the marriage itself, the hard work that's going to take. All they have envisioned is the ring, the wedding, the the ceremony, all that stuff. And walking down the aisle like she's the center of attention. It's like the ultimate ego feed for most of them. It's kind of like saying, look what I'm worth. Right, so she's spot on. She's spitting facts.
Okay, what is the case?
I think the case is just like the rest of the world, everything is being syntheticized and that everything is being over dramatized. Like, for example, diamonds are only valuable because they were marketed as the woman's best friend. Diamonds are a girl's best friend or whatever. But in reality, they're replicable, refabricatable, you know, chemically being able to be made and things like that. And the reality of it is, honestly, I think if you're in love with somebody and they tie a piece of grass around your finger, you should be happy.
It's complicated.
So stop it there. But that's facts. Like, no, but seriously, I mean, that's facts. If personally, like, I'll give you kind of my 2 cents. One, I'm not a very religious person. I'm kind of dealing with that idea still, but because I've gone back and forth. But I also don't like the idea of like signing a paper and contract under the government idea of marriage either. But the reason I say that is because out of respect, like if I'm dating somebody and that's what they would like, and I think, and I've seen, and they've shown that they're worth that commitment, and I can make them happy. If I genuinely like this person, I can make them happy by having that reception, the ceremony, the religious ceremony and all that, and having the family there. I have no problem with any of that. I really don't. She can have that. Again, that's all for her. It's never for the man. The guys don't think about their wedding night and the ceremony and how they're gonna look walking down the aisle. No, they're thinking about the girl, right? This is a girl, like a mostly female thing. So men think about marriage. Men think about the long term, about the family and having to provide and provision, protect, and all that stuff. Men do that. So I don't know. Honestly, really good video. That girl at the end, like I said, facts. Batman at the end, bit of surprise. The other fucking dodo bird that was on there, I had no idea what the hell she was saying. She was just on there to try to look pretty. You could see like her like try to flatter her eyes and stuff in the camera and everything. But anyways, you guys already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, por favor. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm trying my best to come up with more content, like I said, more meaningful content. So just bear with me. Hopefully trying to get some interviews in soon, because I do want people's opinion on this. I think it'd be a little having that interaction would be a little more interesting for you guys. And you know, again, I appreciate you guys' time, so I don't want to waste it. Anyways, without further ado, I want to wish you guys a happy week. Stay fit and safe out there, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.